Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Princess family. 8 years ago, I was promoted to captain. It took me 22 years in training on how to drive ships, but nobody ever trained me in how to speak in public. So back then, 2007, I was a staff captain, a second in command. I thought it's about time I go down and listen what the captain is telling to our repeater passenger at the captain circle events. So I went down, and what the captain was doing back in 2007, he was talking about the new ship that we were about to deliver. And back then, that was the Ruby Princess. And he was talking about the innovation that that vessel was going to have. She was the first one to have this idea of having the piazza. We used to have just a reception in the midship of the vessel. Instead, there's beautiful idea of having everything there in order to have a beautiful event every evening, and then ice cream and bar and the live area that we did on the Ruby Princess. Then the idea of the movie Under the Star was that she was the first vessel to have that one, and the sanctuary. So that the captain was doing. He was talking about the vessel, he was talking about the date of delivering and the cruising that she was going to have, and all those new features that she was going to have. So I thought, well, perfect, when I'm gonna take my first command, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about the new vessel that we'll be delivering. Because back then at Princess, we delivered one new vessel almost every year. We did it in 2005, 6, 7. Then at the beginning of 2008, I took my first command on Sea Princess. Ruby Princess get delivered on the same month. So I thought, perfect, just gonna wait a few weeks, just gonna make the announcements, what is gonna be the name for the new vessel we're gonna deliver next year. Well, we didn't deliver new vessel for 6 years. There was nothing for me to talk about. Well, what we did in those 6 years after the Ruby came out, we had 18 vessels within the fleet, and some of those vessels was sailing strong for many years. Like the Sun Princess, for example, which is still sailing strong for us. She was delivered in 1995. There was a young officer on that vessel. And when we first came out in 95 on the Sun Princess, we were the largest cruise ship in the world. And her tonnage was 77,000 gross tonnage. We are 143,000, so she's just half our size. And back then, she was the largest vessel. But so we did have some vessels that had some years with us. So in those 6 years, what we did, we just relaxed a little bit for building new vessels and concentrate on the existing fleet. So we took that idea of the piazza and we put it on all of the Grand Class vessels that we have here at Princess Cruises. And then we put the movie Under the Star on all of the vessels, also the Sun, the Dawn, the Sea Princess, the one a little bit smaller. But then finally, in 2012, we made the announcement that we were building this beautiful vessel, Royal Princess. So of course, all my speeches was about the size of this vessel, the largest we have ever built, about the piazza, about the sanctuary, about the walk on the seaside, so all of that. So that was full my speech in 2012. And toward the end of 2012, I also got told that I was due to come here and take command of this beautiful vessel. So of course, that was all my speeches was about. And of course, I can talk, because I have been told in the past that I talk too much. But that was my ex-wife. And this is not a joke. But of course, we are here to welcome you, of course, in the Captain Circle and to celebrate you being the Captain Circle. And you know, we have different tier, different level of the circle. And of course, one of our top tier is when you become an elite passengers. And to become an elite passenger, I believe you need to have 15 cruises, is that correct? Or certain amount of days. And elite passengers do have quite a lot of benefit. They do get some free internet, they do get a free minibar, and then they get my favorite one, free laundry. So what we have decided, we have collect your invitation at the entry. And I believe I'll have the honor to pull out one of the invitation
Yes, please, Captain. In fact, our first prize of the afternoon will be elite membership for the remainder of the cruise. Captain, please.
Mr. and Mrs. Saber from Marina 425. Mr. and Mrs. Saber.
Are you here, Mr. and Mrs.